What's up, y'all? It's Patrick. In our practice today, we're going to really create focus. And by that, I mean we're going to try and hold a number of different poses for 1 minute. So it's a different type of class than we've ever done before on here. Hope you enjoy it. If you like it, let me know in the comments below, and we'll create some more that are kind of similar to this, maybe in a restorative fashion, maybe, in a bit more of a passive fashion, or also more active as well. All right, so to begin this practice, let's start in child's pose. So again, each position we're going to be in today will be for 1 minute. So take your time to get there. Take your time to find your breath. Let the energy in your body resonate with the posture. So whether you feel that the pose needs a lot of physicality, or it needs a little physicality, that's up to you. But I just want you to zone into your experience as best you possibly can. Maybe try to notice the rhythm of your breath in each place. Notice where your hips are in space. And maybe child's pose is a big posture for you. You have a lot of limitation through the feet, through the hips, through the knees. Maybe it's an easy position for you. Majority of your body grounded, connected to the floor. Beautiful. Go ahead and come forward. Bring the knees underneath the hips, and then step up to the top of the mat. So our first active pose will be chair. So go ahead and sit the hips back in space. You can have the big toes touching or have them spaced out. Reach your hands up to the sky, and we're holding here. So feel your strength. Feel the ability to reach through the hands, and try and keep your gaze locked in one particular place. See how many breaths is a minute for you. And maybe you're thinking, why do we have to do chair pose first? Well, we have to start somewhere, and you have to begin to build the heat in the body. The good news with chairs, you can control the depth of your hips, right? So you can sit really low if you want, if the legs feel ready to kind of dive deep into the heart of the posture. You can also gradually sit deeper if that works for you. Either way, find your drishti, find your clarity. With this position, you're almost there. Challenge yourself, sit a little bit deeper. Pull the shins back in space, stretch through the fingers. And straighten the legs, rise up. Let's take a forward fold, Uttanasana. And in this forward fold, you can have opposite hands, opposite elbows. You can have the hands on the floor. But we're just kind of folding down here, and again, another pose you'll be in for a minute. Maybe here in this softer space, you close the eyes. You try and let the low back release. Breathe in and be gentle with yourself. Holding here for just 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Nice job. Release your fingertips to the floor. Let's step the left foot back long. High lunge is the pose. So really create a nice wide stance. And wide could be both right to left and front to back. So don't feel that the feet need to be on a tightrope. They can be on a railroad track. If that feels good, I just want some good deep depth, right? So whatever position you feel allows you to let the hips sink down and let the legs be strong to support that space. Breathing in here. And just always try and adjust your alignment subtly. So feel your hip points, right hip back, left hip forward. Feel the arms stretching up, a little bit longer, a little bit taller. Drive through the left heel, lifting through the lower belly. Holding strong, holding steady. Holding your space here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Release your fingers to the floor. Step your left foot up to meet your right, and then step your right foot towards the back edge of your mat. So moving to lunge side 2. And again, adjust yourself to a position that feels good, feels strong, and then rise up. High crescent lunge. Round 2. Can you engage your core here? Can you stretch through the fingers as you sit the hips low? Push the right heel back behind you. Feel as if you're lifting your right knee through your leg up to the space behind you. And from there, see if that helps you push the right hip forward and pull the left hip back. Be strong, be stable. Breathe with purpose, with focus, and with grace. Try and have the biceps and triceps by the ears. Stretch through the fingers. One more deep inhale. On your exhale, hands to the floor. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Take an inhale. And then on the exhale, step the left foot back long. So from here, we'll take pyramid pose, folding over the right leg. So you don't need to change anything at all. Right leg is straight, left leg is straight. Feel the body melting over the right shin. And again, the micro adjustments you may want to make here is just continuing to roll the right hip up and back, left hip down and drop over the right shin. Find an ease to your breathing. You can let the head be heavy. You can let the collarbones kind of drop down towards the right ankle. And one other thing you can do here is put a little bit of weight into the hands and just push subtly. Right? Maybe like 20% push as you would for downward facing dog, just to help you lift the hips up a bit. And see if that helps create a bit more depth in the hamstring stretch. Last breath here. And then exhale, release. Step the left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Step the right foot back. Good distance, and again, doesn't need to be very long. You're holding your pyramid pose. So fold over the left shin. And in these folding positions, again, it may feel really nice to close your eyes. Maybe this is the space where you take the drishti internal. Again, you can always put a decent amount of little weight into the hands, push the hips up and back in space a little bit. Feel the front hip points rolling down. Feel the left knee lifting up your leg towards the hip.
so the muscles are active, supporting the stretch. And you can feel like you're pulling yourself into a little bit more depth here. Pulling yourself into the stretch, into the posture, into the moment. Breathing in. Last inhale. And then exhale. Release. Step the right foot up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back long. This time, warrior two. So rise into your warrior two pose. Sit a little bit deeper into the right knee. Hopefully you have a good amount of space there. And then open the arms. You know how long you're going to be here for. So what can you do to make it interesting? Can you feel length through your inner ankles? Can you feel the ability to both reach the right knee forward and pull the right hip back? How long can you get through the outer line of the left leg? Gaze over your fingers. Let all the changes be subtle, be purposeful, be intentional. Two more breaths here. Sink a little bit deeper. Make it a little bit more purposeful. And release. Fingertips to the floor. Roll onto the left toes and step the left foot up to the top of the mat. Let the right foot step back long, moving right into warrior two on side two. So set yourself up into the pose. Let the left knee reach forward, push to the outer edge of the right foot. Open the arms. Drive the left knee forward. Lift the lower belly up. And what's nice about warrior two is if you can really connect to the outer edge of the right foot here, that driving the left knee forward is most likely going to take it into the quote-unquote correct yogic alignment of the posture, which is ankle over knee. The funny thing about that is your ankle or your knee goes over the ankle, anytime you walk up the stairs, right? So there's nothing wrong with the left knee going even over the left big toe. In fact, that may help your ankle mobility. But you want to find a purpose in how you're moving from space to space. So find a position that you can hold here where you can feel stable, where you can feel strong, and just breathe into it. Lock into your gaze. Holding for 4, 3, 2. And on 1, fingertips to the floor. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Place the palms down flat. Step back to plank pose. And if the wrists feel the need to warm up a bit, by all means, drop the knees towards the floor. So we're going to hold this plank for a minute. Push into the thumbs. Feel some stability here. See if you can get more muscle activation. So wrapping the triceps in, reaching the collarbones out, active in the glutes, lift the lower belly. Driving through the thumbs. Get a little bit longer here. See if you can trace energy through the hands. See if you can keep length through the spine. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way to the floor. As you get there, set yourself up. And we'll take Sphinx pose, so let the forearms be down on the ground. Let the hips be heavy. And if you want to create more length here, so this is the pose we will hold. Throughout the duration of the pose, you can always begin to lift your forearms off of the floor. As you do that, I would advise you to kind of pull the chest out a little bit more each time. So push into the hands, maybe lift the elbows, and then feel the collarbones chasing the thumbs. Breathe steady, breathe mindfully. Let the hips be heavy. Each breath, try and create length in your spine, not just bend. Holding for 4, 3, 2. To release this pose, let's come into locust. Don't worry, we won't hold this for the minute. The only posture today we won't hold for the minute. But let's try and hold this one for 5 breaths. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Last effort. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Plant the palms down. Push into hands and knees. Come into your quadruped position. And then push into the palms. And take the right shin forward for your pigeon pose. Right knee dropping down. Again, you can stay upright here. You can fold over the shin. Whatever spot feels good to you. Drop down. If it feels right, stay up. If that feels right. In my own practice, I really like the more upright position, and for no other reason than the sensation. Like I feel a really nice release. Feels very calming in my body. In many of these poses, that's often what we're looking for. Just a little place to be calm. A little place to be still. A little place to breathe. Wherever you are here, prepare to switch your sides. And of course, as I'm sure you know, you could take this on your back if you wanted to. So you could take reclined pigeon if that was more interesting to you. Let it happen. Set yourself up for the next round of pigeon, and then find your space here. Create length in the posture, whether you're folding forward or staying upright. Feel the ability to breathe from the tailbone all the way through the top of the skull.
Last breath here. Let it be long. Let it be valuable. And then when you finish, rise up. Sweep the right leg all the way around. Find your way onto your back if you're not there already. And we'll take bridge pose, last active pose of the day. Feel some space in the hips, drive through the heels, lift up, bridge pose. Feel the shins pulling underneath you. Feel the forearms pushing down. Feel the ability to breathe through the diaphragm. Can you keep lifting the hips? Can you keep pulling the shins back underneath you? It's funny, as long as you do these poses, if you kind of walk through your own mental checklist, you can always find something. Like your body's probably doing like 85% of what the pose is, no matter how many times you practice it. And so you just go through these little reminders, and you just slowly move up towards that full 100. On your exhale, release. Let the hips land. Take a moment, let your back neutralize. And then our last pose today will be plow pose. So I want you to reach the feet up and over your head. Let the feet find the floor if they can. Again, the legs can be bent, the legs can be straight. Whatever feels good to you here. Nice few simple breaths. Use the legs as a shelter to help calm you down in this space. Take your time. Final pose of this little practice. Feel the clarity in your mind. Feel the connection to where you are right now. Feel the importance of valuing your time, valuing yourself along this path. Knowing that we all need different forms of self-care. For you, maybe it's this practice. For your friend, maybe it's a deep conversation, right? Quality time, a nice meal, whatever it may be. Begin to acknowledge your needs, as well as acknowledging those who are important in your life. Release the pose and come into your Shavasana. Find the ability to just lay here, nice, simple, calm, quiet. Feel free to stay for as long as you'd like. No time restriction on the Shavasana. Thank you so much for joining me for this class. I hope you kind of felt the difference in this experience related to some of the other classes we've shared on this platform, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comments, and I hope to practice with all of you again soon. Have a great day. Peace.